Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this special coverage on covering the electoral process and the elections of the House of Representatives currently taking place abroad and will be taking place on November 10th and 11th locally here in Egypt. And to shed more light on this, we have with us over the phone Mr. Mohamed Sherbini, the political analyst from the United States. Good morning, Mr. Mohamed.
Good morning, Ms. Lubna, and thank you for inviting me, and thanks for your audience.
Thank you for being with us tonight on Nile TV International. We would like to speak to you today about the current elections that are taking place abroad. And since you are in the United States, Mr. Mohamed, we would like to know your evaluation and your outlook on how the National Election Authority in Egypt is closely following up with the electoral process entirely, and of course with the United States, the Egyptian embassy there.
Well, I said that before, that number one, that I praise what the government is doing, and I praise the democracy, and I praise there is too many parties involved, political parties in Egypt. When it comes to the voting for the Senate or the Parliament, Egyptian Parliament or Senate, it's kind of difficult for the Egyptians that lives abroad, away from the consulate or from the embassy in Washington, D.C.
Yes.
For example, I live in San Francisco, and I'm not going to lie to you, it's an effort. Either I have to fly, and you know we have aviation crisis here in America now, and I'm sure you're aware of that. And for me to drive about 9 hours to give my vote, that's an issue. Number two, we really don't know who to vote for. We live here. We don't have representation for us in Europe, Australia, Canada, or America. Therefore, who are we going to vote? Which party? Those parties, they don't reach out to us. Therefore, we are in limbo. We don't know who to vote for, as I mentioned. I wish that the Egyptian government try to look in near future to try to see if they can accept vote by mail from Egyptians that they live far away from consulate or embassy. That way their votes counts. That's number one. But again, I emphasize on this point, when you ask me to vote, who am I going to vote for? I don't have a calendar or agenda or a program for all these parties for me to be aware and give my vote for. But at least when President Sisi, in his presidential campaign, of course, we drive to LA or we take a flight, because that's an honorable vote that we must give to His Excellency. That's number one. Number two, I heard that the Egyptian constitution gives the right to elect 8 from Egyptian abroad, and President Sisi has the right to nominate 30 seats or 30 members. I would like to be one of them, as President Sisi approved that, to choose 8 from abroad, from whether Europe or Canada or America, Australia. It's at least 1 from Canada, 1 from Australia, and 2 from Europe, and the rest from America. We have the West Coast and the East Coast. And
yes.
Again, I send my message to His Excellency that I could be one of these chosen members. Last election that happened for the Congress or the Parliament in Egypt, those 8 that they chose, I heard that they were living in the Gulf area, and they were living in the Gulf area, and they lived in Egypt. Therefore, they do not represent us as 14 million, approximately 14 million Egyptians living abroad. Our voice needs to be heard, number one. We're all patriots, and of course we love our country, and we are very honored to have President Sisi and the government and everyone involved, and of course an honor being Egyptian, and to help and bring our experience abroad, whether from Europe or the US or any place else, to help in the society and build the country with the Egyptian people and the government and President al-Sisi.
Yes, yes, Mr. Mohamed, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here, Miss.
Yes, regarding the political structure and the political scene in Egypt, we have now the House Senate, and we also have the House of Representatives. We are anticipating a strong House of Representatives here in Egypt, and we shall deliver all the messages that you are uprooting for to the significant governmental entities. Thank you so much for being with us on Nile TV International.
And I would like to say that, as you're aware, that I'm the first Egyptian American to run for Congress here in the U.S.
Yes.
And I'm sure everybody knows that. And of course, if President Sisi kind enough to choose me to be one of the members, definitely I was in pull back from my election. My election midterm will be taking place in February, and the election will be in June. So definitely I will give up running for Congress here and be member of the Egyptian Parliament, because I need to give to my country, my home, that I'm proud of, and I'm proud of the Egyptian, of course, as I said before, my country, my Egyptian people, the president, his government, and everyone involved.
Yes,
and I really
Mr.
thank
Mohamed.
you so much for inviting me.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mohamed, for being with us. Of course, as an Egyptian expatriate, you, of course, would like to give back to your country, as all the Egyptian citizens abroad would like to be part of their home, even if they live abroad. Thank you so much for being with us, and stay tuned for more.